back again, and it is Wednesday the 23rd of January 2019, and I got one trade today so far. It's 1:22, so I might be done for the day. But yeah, this was a good trade that actually was. Oh, I'm getting an alert here. Not gonna look at that alert. All right. So yeah, one trade, and I'll show it to you. It's right here. It's MTOR. Now this showed up in my gappers list. Let's see. This is my tradecraft or my trade ideas gapping up or down list, and it's not on there now because it's not filling the criteria. But it was on there earlier today, and I'll show you why. Because it gapped. Yeah, so you can see here it gapped down. Right. These are all daily candles. And after it kind of rose a couple days ago to the 200 moving average, it gapped down today, right? So this was yesterday, and now it gapped down. So it opened up right here, but you can see what it did early in the day. Shot up. Almost a whole dollar. Actually, it did shoot up $1. But, see this wick above VWAP? It couldn't get above VWAP. The wick shot up, and it came back down, and then it had a down candle here. So it was fighting VWAP. This is my volume weighted average price line, which is a must for day trading. So it couldn't get above it, and I was watching it here, and this is my 15-minute chart, so each candle here is 15 minutes. I was watching this to see how it behaved as it approached the 10 EMA, but more importantly, this is an 8 EMA, this orangey yellow line, and this is a 20 SMA, which is very helpful to use together. And when you see those two together, sometimes when you see a cross happening, that's an indication of a change in momentum, change in direction of the stock. So I was watching this, and since it moved up on the day, these are 5-minute candles, it approached the 8 EMA, right? And then I was waiting for this because this is usually a sign of what's going to happen. What's going to happen once this 8 EMA gets close to the 20 SMA? If it crosses, it can move up. But a lot of times once they get close, they drop. And what happened? Right? It dropped right away. Look at this. Right when they meet, it starts dropping. And I got in right here at 10:25, so my marker's not here on that. I got in kind of early, 10:25 here. I got a little nervous with this big green candle, but you can see the marker here from Interactive Brokers shows where I got in. Got in here, waited for it, and then look what happened. I put my stop. It was a mental stop. I didn't have a hard stop. I said if it got to 1881, I'd probably get out. Look at what happened here. At 10:50, the high, right here, you can see down here, the high was 1881. I didn't get out because it was just the wick, the top of the wick, right? And then it came back down, but it never got above there again. So technically, it did hit my stop where my mental stop was, but it didn't break through it, especially since it was right at VWAP. So I stayed in, and it paid off because look, I got in at 18. What did I get in at? 1869, and it moved all the way down to all the way down to 1822. Right, so almost 50 cents drop, and I got out. My first target was right around here, about 1840, and that's exactly where I got out. So almost a 30-cent move for today, but which is good. 30-cent drop is great. But see how they use the VWAP, couldn't get above it, and then it moves down. So that's perfect. That was great. That was a great trade today. So one other trade that I didn't take, but I liked the way it looked. Yeah, so this showed up on my. I'll show it to you. This is my VWAP 200 moving average test, which these filters in this look for stocks that are moving above VWAP and approaching the 200. Now this is a little messy, but I always like when this wedge forms, even if it's messy, if it's at least consolidating inside here, if it breaks above it, it can be a great move. So I didn't get in on this, and this is, you can see right here, 9:30 was the first alert I had here. It met all the parameters. It was, it was just kind of like wicky and messy and not so good. But then look what happened. As soon as it got above 200, around 1807, it shot up to about 1865. Got alerts going off everywhere. So that would have been great. 1809 to about 1860. So over a 50-cent gain. That would have been a great trade right there. But I just didn't take it because I was preoccupied with the other trade. But the other thing I like about this, and this is always something that you always want a lot of things in your favor. When it broke above the 200 moving average, what was it at? It was at 18. It was over 18. It was a whole number. So once it gets above a whole number, that's always a good sign, because it can use that whole number as support, which it kind of does. So that would have been a great trade. But that's it. Yeah, that's all I took for today. Probably going to be done for today. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. One nice short for today. And that was it. So any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as, if you have any questions about getting into day trading, how I got into day trading, what it takes, and tips or anything like that, just don't be afraid to ask. I'll definitely respond. So yeah, hope you guys had a good Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.